Hello and welcome to Karlova design channel. In this tutorial I'm gonna show you how to make Ranger 2, which is quite similar to Ranger 1, which is quite logical, and the assembly process is also pretty much the same. And you can find the link to the pattern in the video description. The pattern is available in 3 formats, which is A4, US letter, and 24-inch wide format. You're not gonna need any hardware for it except 5 button studs. Overall, it's a quick and easy project, suitable for beginners, and I believe it can be assembled in one day. So let's begin. I am using my advantage of having a big fat wide printer, so I'm gonna be working with a 24-inch format. So I'm gonna cut the main bag parts, leaving the strap for later. I'm gonna use waxed veg crazy horse for the flap, which is about 5.5 ounces, which is around 2 millimeters. Make sure it is not floppy because it needs to support the closure. For the back panel, something really thick and stiff is needed. This is about 9 ounces, I bet. It's 3.5 to 4 millimeter thick combination tan leather, and it should be like really meaty. For the front panel and the gusset, use something around 4 or 5 ounces, 1/8 to 2 millimeters, medium hand. This is not so critical, just it shouldn't be too stiff or too soft. I'm using the same leather for the closure as I used for the back panel. You can use something different. It also should be really thick, like probably 7 to 8 ounce would be optimal. This leather actually can be called prohibited goods now because it was made in Belarus. The pattern is designed for 5mm stitching irons, and let's get to punching. For the closure, you're gonna need a buttonhole punch, which can also be replaced with just a round punch, and a knife. here is oblong punch or bag punch, which is about 1 inch wide. And I didn't like the dull look of this leather, so I'm gonna polish the flap with Toconol. I have a separate video on this. This is one of my favorite things to do with almost any leather, so if you got curious about the process, go and watch that one too. And on the back panel, we need to burnish the flash side outside the stitching line so it looks nice on both sides. So here we got all the pieces of the bag itself. Let's start assembling. And sometimes people ask me about the thread. This is what I use for this project. It's a braided polyester 0.8 millimeters. So take a look at the gusset. It's one side is straight, the other side is curved. It's kind of convex. So you take that convex side and stitch it to the front panel. So I'm placing the gusset layer on top. You can do it any other way, even if your leather is a little bit too thin and floppy, you can make it in a turned manner. Also, there is a mark in the middle of the gusset, which I forgot to pass onto the leather. This is where the closure goes. Let's stitch the front panel assembly onto the back panel, and please notice that back panel stitching line has 2 more holes than that part of the gusset that goes onto it, because first and last stitches are used to secure the edge. So watch closely so you don't have to restitch the whole thing. This seam could be done in an easier manner, like the same way as on the first Ranger, but I like this way much better, although it's a little bit more pain to make. And as we are getting closer to the marks, let's prepare to stitch in the closure. And the same thing about stitching the flap. There's 2 extra holes on the end of this stitching line on the back panel to secure the edges of the flap. Now let's assemble the strap. I'm gonna reuse my old one because it's basically the same. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. This is it. I hope you enjoyed watching, and also hope you will enjoy making this bag. Please like, subscribe, and blah blah blah, and I'll see you in my next tutorial.